City of Thieves was kind of clever, great in its atmosphere, but lacked a strong plot to hold my interest. I didn't find it bad or unstimulating as it may sound, it's just that my mind found different things about the episode to appreciate and enjoy, but the plot wasn't one of those things when I think it's important to make sure your plot is, in fact, one of those things. The main event that kickstarts this episode is that Finn and Jake discover a dead turtle that holds a city within. Upon inquiring about the city, a witch appears telling the duo that the city is full of thieves and they will become thieves should they enter it. Finn and Jake dismiss the witch's warning and find a crying girl named Penny. Penny had had her basket stolen and now the boys are going to retrieve it from the thieves inside the city. What I like about this city is that the atmosphere is illustrated well. It's grim, dark, you can feel the unpleasantness reek in the locale right from the onset. The idea of the city is orchestrated well too. The idea that a belonging is stolen by one and then another steals from the initial thief is chaotic, but it's fun. It matches the atmosphere, and that's one part of this episode that I really enjoy. One moment I questioned, and this is pretty mild, but what's the deal with that ruby? It fits into both a crown and a set of teeth. Was there two rubies like that? Or was there just one made that was meant to be stolen between them forever? It's such a small, minor thing though, it's not really worth mentioning, so I'm just gonna move on. Penny would eventually mention that her basket would likely end up in a tower in the center of town, but only pure individuals can enter. Her choice of wording indicates that she's lying about something though.
Thieves, who lives in the center of the city, and everything that gets stolen from little girls ends up at his tower. Maybe we'd find my basket in his treasure chest.
Finn believes her, no questions asked. However, Jake finds these boots that he just can't pull himself away from. He's completely attracted to them, and he's warning Finn that the city has an effect on him that makes me want to steal. I enjoyed this plot point, but perhaps it could have been expanded upon. Is this to say that the city is cursed? Maybe the witch was the one to curse it, or maybe she's done something in general that changed it. Maybe because amongst the society within the city, because it's acceptable to steal, and Jake realizes he faces technically zero consequences for doing so, maybe there's a different side of him kicking in that is sort of playing with the gray area as far as his moral compass goes. Or, and this theory might be far-fetched, but I figured it might be fun to explain anyway, maybe the turtle being dead has a connection to it all. Perhaps when the city was built, the turtle was alive and well and the citizens were doing great, but once it had died, it could have corrupted the city, and that's why everybody is a thieving scumbag. So many interesting ideas, and I think the episode could have benefited if it was expanded upon. But it's an 11-minute cartoon, and I'm bitching about it, so. Jake has caved by the next scene of Finn and Penny as they approach the tower. To Finn's surprise, Jake was completely won over by the city. And now, Finn and Penny are the only pure ones that can enter through the barriers surrounding the tower. But Penny is, as she claims, too scared. So Finn, on his own, climbs to the top of the tower and enters to fall down and retrieve a chest. But comes out of a back entrance when Penny explicitly said,
"Good luck, Finn." Oh yeah, and that high window is the only entrance.
It was such a minor nitpick, but it irked me, so I wanted to talk about it. Turns out Penny isn't some sweet angel. She takes the chest and the treasure is now hers. Finn tries to take it out of her arms and put it back in, but he cannot, because he had stolen it in the first place, so now he is tainted and cannot pass through the barrier. Something I picked up on through the episode is that the dirtiness on one's body represents a lack of cleanliness in their soul. I thought that this was a great touch as a visual on the purity of an individual. Now, Penny runs off, treasure and all. Finn is sulking, but then the witch appears again, taunting the boys for becoming thieves. It leads me to believe that the witch may have had something to do with the city's constant influence to make you want to steal after all. Maybe she did curse it. I don't know. Finn and Jake agree to walk this path of darkness together, and Finn goes full-on vigilante mode, slipping through buildings and stealing a soap bar? And then they end up locating Penny, somehow, and Finn confronts her by cleaning her with soap while the soap cleans the duo too. So this leads me to believe that the dirt wasn't a visual representation, it was instead literal? Okay. Being all clean, Penny comes to her senses and promises not to steal again. She hugs Finn and steals all but his underwear. So one's cleanliness is recognized by the characters as well as the audience, but has nothing to do with the corruption of a soul? It's a gag, but it retroactively ruins a pretty solid tool to represent one's current state of their soul. City of Thieves wasn't bad, just a little underwhelming in some spots. I found its main plot to be okay, if a little weak, but the quirks in the episode as well as the theorizing kept me invested. It may just be AT shenanigans at the end of the day, but every episode does expand the world of Adventure Time, and the Land of Ooo is filled with adventures of many kinds, even if this one wasn't my favorite. I give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. It's not memorable long term, but I don't think its weak spots ruin it either. It's just a regular, average episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. You take care. Goodbye.